So if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why?
One superpower, and what would it be and why? I like super speed because I have a lot of things that I want to get done, and that way I wouldn't have to pick and choose what I could accomplish. I could just accomplish it all.
Do it
So
all at once.
do it all. Well, if I was super speedy, then I could do it. I could still do it one thing at a time, but I could just get it done really fast.
So hi, my name is Antonio Roberts. I'm a fantasy and sci-fi author. Today I'd like to do an author interview of the lovely Carole Wolfe. Main idea of this series is just try to get some more publicity for self-published authors. Help them get out there and find some readers and help other people get to know them in an engaging way. So, Miss Carole Wolfe, tell us about yourself. Where are you from?
Well, I'm originally from Kansas, but I currently live in Texas. Moved around quite a bit, which is always good fodder for telling stories. And so right now I am writing women's fiction, and I have a series called the My Best series with 2 books, and the third coming out sometime in 2021.
Can you tell us a little about the series,
so it's women's fiction, and the first book of the series is My Best Mistake, and it starts up with Tasha, who is our protagonist, and she's a single mom with her ex-husband coming in and out, and some of the foibles of her mother, who is constantly interrupting and trying to convince her to do different things. And then she has a very level-headed sister who thinks that she should kind of do a little bit more with her life. And then the series itself just progresses from from Tasha, then to her sister Sarah, and then the third book will be about their mother Helene.
Yes, I've actually got the opportunity to read one of them in the past. I can't remember which one exactly, but I remember it's not my bag, but it was interesting.
It's definitely not fantasy, but it's more kind of real life and a little bit of the humor and how you deal with life with humor.
How'd you get into writing?
Like most writers, I have written my entire life. I actually have up in my office the first published book in 3rd grade. My best friend and I wrote a book together, and we drew the cover with crayons, and it's still tied together, bound with blue yarn. So that's how I started. I went to school and got a degree in communications with an emphasis in journalism. And so, did that for a little while, and then, got married, had a family, and my kids are a little bit older now, so I'm starting to, get back out there and write books.
Get back and follow what you're passionate about.
Yes, absolutely.
How'd you get into women's fiction?
That's a really interesting question. I read across all genres. So I do read science fiction, I read some fantasy. I guess I don't read horror, although I do have a friend that has convinced me that horror is kind of good, so that's okay. But women's fiction is kind of all of the different categories of books you can kind of put into that. So you can have a little bit of a love story in women's fiction, and you can have a little bit of a mystery. It's just kind of about the change and transformation that the main character goes through. And so you have a little bit more flexibility and breadth as to what types of things that you can bring into the story. So I think it's nice for me. Maybe I can't commit to a particular genre that way, I don't know, but I really enjoy it. So that's why I've kind of stuck with for now. I've written a paranormal thriller as well that is still in the drawer. And then my son floated an idea for a young adult coming of age book, that's being edited right now. So we'll see if that gets published in the near future. But I mean, for now, women's fiction is what I enjoy reading and what I enjoy writing.
We'll wish you the best. So you've published how many books now?
I've published 2.
2.
Well,
they're
not
both in the same series?
Yeah, they're both in the same series. Yeah, the My Best series.
Could you pick a favorite in any of your books, or it's like some people can't, because like, oh, I love this book, but I like this book. They're all my babies. I can't really do anything about it,
Well,
you have a favorite of them, or no?
I don't really have a favorite because I think each one has something special to it. Like the first one is the first one that I did from start to finish and actually published. And the second one was I tweaked the process and I understood a little bit more about the writing process. And now this third one, I've got more, there's more depth to it, I think. And part of that is because it's the third book. And I've had that experience of writing the first two. And then part of it is it draws on some of the information in the first two books. So I like them all, but for all different reasons.
Me, it's kind of the same way with my second book as well. But, yeah, so some people might be watching this for like, they may be author or self-published getting into writing. What's the worst writing advice you've ever received?
The worst writing advice I've ever received. I don't know that I've ever received any that is horrible, but not everything works for everybody. So you have to be careful on taking everybody's advice. So you kind of have to pick through things. And some people will swear by a certain technology or they're swear by a certain method, but nothing, everything, it's like some people like to drive a Toyota and some people like to drive a Lexus, which is the same brand, or like a BMW, but you have to pick what feels right for you. And so it does take a little bit of time to do it. So I would just say, don't take the advice that you get as set in stone. Think about it, process it, and make it your own if you need to change it or tweak it a little bit.
Sounds pretty good to me. Any favorite author or book that you look up to kind of for inspiration or inspired you to get into this?
I don't think there's any one in particular. I read as a kid. I was the kid that wouldn't go to bed at night, and that's what I did in high school too. I spent a lot of time in my room with my door closed with my flashlight and my whatever, book I was reading. For writing, if you're looking at specifically at writers, there's all kinds of things. Inspirationally, like Stephen King's On Writing is always good, just to kind of get you going. But I look for the masterworks that are in my genre. So Jodi Picoult is really good with, like, My Sister's Keeper is a good example. But finding the things that I think that I enjoy reading, so that I can create something that I would enjoy reading as well.
Any favorites entertainment-wise?
As far as?
Like reading for fun. Anything you like for?
Oh, you know what? I tend to, like, I have so many friends that read, and then I have so many writers that write. Like, I have people just make suggestions to me. And so if you recommend it, I will try to read it. So I go through a lot of books. I read so many, sometimes I can't remember exactly.
Can't pick just one?
I can't, because they're all good in their own way. It's just like, because I read all kinds of genres, I can't say this is my favorite because I really like this genre or this genre. They're just all different. So I enjoy relaxing with a good book.
Any authors you kind of like enjoy, or I don't know, just anything you throw out, it's fine.
Well, I grew up on Nora Roberts, and clearly she's not self-published, but she just writes a good story. And I'm also a big Harry Potter fan, so who isn't? So those are the two that come to mind.
Okay. Well, lastly, where can we kind of find you? Just kind of any place that you can find you, like, do you have Amazon, any social media?
Well, my website's the easiest thing to find, so that's CaroleWolfe.com. It's Carole with an E and Wolfe with an E. And then from there, I have a books page that'll link you out to all the different places the books are available for sale. And then I also have a Instagram and Facebook pages as well. And you can click off of the website, CaroleWolfe.com, to get to any of those.
Okay. And I'll try to put the links in the description as well.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. I think at this point we'll dive into our lightning round.
Okay.
So, how a lightning round works is You have 30 seconds on the clock. Try to answer as many questions as you can. This idea is trying to give you more personal level for the question. Just if fans who maybe try to watch this interview trying to get you know more personally, or anyone just to try to what makes you tick, you know?
Okay.
It's kind of a fun thing to be more engaging with this conversation.
Okay.
So 30 seconds on the clock. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So question 1. Favorite color?
Aqua.
Favorite Disney character?
Cinderella.
Coke or Pepsi?
Dr. Pepper? Neither.
How do you like your steak?
Medium well.
Cats or dogs?
Dogs.
Last book you read?
Oh my gosh.
You can always pass.
A pass.
Cookies or ice cream?
Cookies.
Name your most favorite thing about being an author.
Independence.
Favorite magical or mythological animal?
Unicorn.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Favorite memory during quarantine?
Around the kitchen table.
What annoys you the most?
Crumbs on the kitchen table.
Any regrets from 2020?
The whole year.
Are you early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Okay. Would you rather have wings or a tail?
Wings.
Do you have a favorite Halloween costume as a kid?
I was a witch.
What 3 people would you bring with you to a desert island?
Let's see. My husband, and I have 3 kids, so I can't bring them all. How about my husband, Nora Roberts to write good books, and J.K. Rowling to write good books.
Okay. Scrivener, yay or nay?
Yay.
Who are those authors?
I
As
am
an
one of
author,
those.
do you have imposter syndrome?
Yes.
Is there anyone you look up to?
Yes.
I should have asked who. What's your ideal pie?
Harry.
Name your favorite TV show.
Friends.
What song would you sing for karaoke?
Chumbawamba Tub Thumping.
Would you do breakfast and dinner, yay or nay?
I'm sorry, breakfast.
Would you do breakfast for dinner, yay or nay?
Oh, yay.
Yay.
All the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Are you a plumber or a pantser?
I'm a mix. Started as a pantser, but I'm starting to see the light.
Have you ever broken a bone?
A hairline fracture in my foot, yes.
Do you play any instruments?
I play the flute.
Name 3 items on your bucket list.
To go to Australia, to have a New York Times bestseller, and what else? To go paragliding.
Paragliding. Yeah. Favorite childhood cartoon? Oh.
Flintstones.
I got pretty far in the questions there. Got through about 29 of them.
Wow. Very good.
About 29, only 1 pass, so 28 total.
28. Okay.
Not bad. Starts the first name on the Mustache Wall of Fame.
Woohoo! Yes.
So I'll make sure to put those lists of names on my website. You can find these authors there. It's the most prestigious title I know. Find all their information there. Check out these wonderful authors and get to know them better. Any final words to the people?
Keep reading, and if you write, keep writing, and don't let anybody tell you you can't write, because you can write. And thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Appreciate being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for coming. All right. Bye.